just a dick.
Yeah, he's a fucking. I mean, I put his picture so you could see. I mean, you get a stereotype, and him and a lot of these guys, they are people without employment, not being an asshole for real. No employment, usually living with the parents over the age of 30. No wife, no kids. People that you would assume are in their basement with zits and overweight and have no social life whatsoever. So when they get on the internet, it empowers them. And the only thing they can do is attack to get attention because, quite honestly, if you do listen to any of those programs, and I'm not saying this is a great program, of course it is, but these programs are without talent, without direction, without goal. There's no entertainment value whatsoever.
No, fuck it. Let me call him out. Fucking Barco had me on his show after he was playing my content without any fucking permission. Saying, Louie B's totally not funny. He's not getting any laughs when you can hear in the background that I'm getting a ton of laughs. And that's not even the strongest bit I was doing. And then I called on to like find out what the fuck you want to start breaking my balls when, I mean, what does fucking Barco do except, fucking be a pussy on the internet, call people trannies and shit.
Right. Well, in real life, you must make the assumption that these people are people you would walk by, and these are the invisible people in the mall. They're below average. Usually, they probably are introverts, and this is their way to feel like they belong to something. But unfortunately, they join in some kind of attack group, and you will notice they cling together and they mob together in a gang mentality, just like rioters in the street.
Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of funny because he was using your joke that you said about me. Oh, I'm busking in the I'm telling jokes busking in the subway. I'm like, oh, you're going to be stealing Guy Shea's joke. Okay, fucking hack.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah. The shows are, in all seriousness, and a lot of people will dislike this, and I don't care because I'm going to go out of character. Yeah, I guess there's even a question. DJ Bad Guy, the character. Now, I know I've talked to this with Kevin before, and explaining it to me is excruciating. The character was formulated to be made by all the bad people on the internet. This is a compilation of everything bad, this character. He has no remorse, no conscience, uneducated, follows the crowd, is dead set in his far right-wing conservative ways. And what you'll have is these people like Goofy Bone who don't understand the difference between acting and not acting. The assumption is, and they go with this, they go on Twitter, they call jobs, all this stuff. But what I don't understand is what is the end goal of these people? I mean, what do they hope to achieve by doing this?
Nothing. They got nothing better to do but to, like me.
Okay, Pimp Faggot guy. He's on there, and this guy, he's the worst of all. I mean, first of all, if you have a lisp, you can't be a tough guy. It's just a fucking man law. Like, get your mouth fixed and then come back and, lose a little weight from your moobs, pull up your pants. But this guy, this WBWC thing, and they justify pedophilia by saying, well, Guy Shea on his show said nigger, therefore it's okay for us to actually break a federal law, by using child porn. And somehow the justification is we are doing it, and this is my favorite thing, we're doing it for the lulz. That's like saying I just went to Columbine and killed everybody in the entire building because it was funny. I mean, what's the goal?
I mean, and here's the thing. I mean, who they doing this for? Because when you go on their shows, there are like 6 people listening, and it's basically the same group having like pretty much a faggot clan meeting.
It is, and it moved from, and I said this a year ago, this group of people, and honestly, it's 12 people most. And, you'll look at, and they say numbers, they worry about numbers. Well, first of all, if you're on Spreaker, on any internet venue, of course you want listeners. Yeah. But I assume most people who do podcasting understand that this probably isn't going to spiral into any financial gain or success. There's an enjoyment factor. That's why you do this. And if you have 20 people that enjoy it, hey, great. You've achieved your goal. but it's always downgrading, and they always go after any namesake show, like Debbie Daly's show. They know she has a big following, and they followed her. They literally followed her from Blog Talk Radio to here after they were booted, and they're doing the same thing season after season, especially Goofy Bone. He literally plagiarized every single thing this character Ghost did, verbatim. And he's so stupid he doesn't understand. That show Ghost, he was so anti-Mexican. He referred to Goofy Bone as a bean and cheese. By the way, that's a racial slur version of stealing his radio graffiti. He didn't understand it. Now you got an unemployed guy with no job, no resume, no anything, trying to talk about the stock market. And I once asked him, well, what do you think about blue chip stocks? And I guess he thought that had something to do with fucking Smurfs. I mean, it's retarded. It's absolutely retarded. And it's so easy to rattle these guys' chain because they're used to Debbie Daly. I listen to her programs. In real life, I have no animosity towards her whatsoever. I don't know her. I mean, how would I dislike somebody? Now, I may not dislike the show.
I talk to her off air a lot, and I like her.
She gets what I'm doing most of the time.
I'm just put it out there. I had CDC whistleblower on my show,
right?
And she wanted to talk about Debbie Daly, and she was alluding to it, and I made the mistake in asking a question and letting her talk, which from now on, I'm just not going to let people come on my show and start their bullshit. If it has nothing to do with the topic I'm on, it's just that's it. And she had the fucking nerve, to on Barco's show to start breaking my balls about who I'm friends with.
Well, that's all it is. It's bait, and then they hope for a reaction, because without any reaction from a show that I'm not going to say is good but has a following of some sort on Spreaker, the only way they can get any attention brought to their own, I'm going to say talentless, because there is no talent. Talent, in my opinion, talentless programs. Their programs are all about attacking another program and talking about a program they're going to do one day. I mean, there's a program, it's worse, it's like a Seinfeld on crack.
Yeah, and I'm actually trying to help out the whole Spreaker community by encouraging more comedians to use this platform, like Ricky Sofer. I got her to use this, and, her first show, I helped promote it, and, it's Barco and all his fucking sock accounts, say, oh, she's a tranny.
Right.
And it's like, okay, all right, first time, okay.
I'm guilty of being a dick in chat rooms, too, though. I mean, I don't know. It's some kind of child, maybe it's upbringing or lack of, maybe it's public school education.
Yeah. And when I was on this show, I was like, who the fuck are you to tell me who I can and can't be friends with? You guys don't support me, and Barco ended up hanging up on me like a fucking coward.
Well, see, let me jump in here real quick. I'm not meaning to dominate everything. I mean, I am an alpha male, whatever that means, but sure. I've got to jump on. Not an alfalfa male, by the way, K-Tap. That was pretty good.
That's me. Thank you.
That was you. If you have any form of intelligence, that may well be an iconic comment that will go down in the bowels of broadcasting history. And alfalfa male. There's a lot of gender-confused people fucking Googling that right now, or is it gaggling? They're gaggling. What? Well, alpha, does that mean transvestite? I mean, I can see these people doing it. But I want to do two things real quick here. First, with Debbie Scott. No clue what the fuck she was talking about when she obviously didn't want to be on the program. I don't mind if someone wants to be on it or not. The program's all about really just fuckery at best. And if people enjoy listening to some fuckery, hey, we're in Fap Nation together. But no animosity whatsoever. Now,
everyone has their limit.
Yeah,
on
I didn't
see
it coming. That's the only thing. If you didn't want to be on the show, all you had to do is say, you suck. I don't want to be on the show. But I heard it on some other show, and I didn't understand if that was a joke or not, because I was literally floored. I'm like, whoa, what is this two-fit? What? I mean, remember, this is DJ Bad Guy, not DJ sort of bad guy or DJ let me think about it and ponder it and get back to you guy, but it's DJ Bad Guy. I thought if you put it in the title, maybe, just maybe, somebody might get it. And you know what? The people that got it are on the program. Except for Alan Wayne, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, I have tried to add Alan Wayne after numerous contract conversations, and he is not answering his Skype. So
a Barbie girl.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he might have got overwhelmed. I don't understand. I'm confused. I mean, we spent probably what, Kevin, millions,
trillions.
We did it through one of the bigger promoters in the world. So, Alan, we're going to be taking that geo from you, nickel on the dollar, to help you out, because we have to get back some of the money we dumped into promoting you. On this.
I loaned China to Russia to get that cash, so he better show up.
And you know what? It's been on CNN. It's been on Fox. It was even on the most reliable news source in the world, which, of course, is InfoWars, when you're drunk on the Internet. Anyway, no. Yeah, you see, I'm getting people. Louie B's upset. He doesn't want to be on the program. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Louie B knows how to speak for himself.
It's just I have two jobs now. I have a week job and a weekend job.
Louie. You quit your employment to be on the fucking free internet show. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, no, right. I don't get government assistance like every other type of colored person. So, I actually got to go get me a job and earn some money. And on top of that, I'm still pursuing my passion of doing stand-up comedy. So I can't always have time to, do the evil show.
Yeah, well, yeah, I understand that. I didn't even do the evil show last week. We couldn't do the evil show. Between me and Kevin, we couldn't come up with a functional internet connection. But you know what? You have this in premier programs. Like these satellite links, we have to go through China. We have to use the Russian set. There's so much put into this. Then there's script readings, rehearsals. People don't know how we suffer on this program.
Yeah.
Jesus.
This is like, Chernobyl radio here.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And you know what? All joking aside, the program is really lifting off, whatever that means. It's picking up a following. And for Spreaker, that's hard to do because, I spam the fuck out of it. But you're dealing with a lot of people in these Facebook groups who are the same fucking people in every group. So you're sort of being redundant. Like, 50 people in this group, 50 in that, same fucking people. It's a circle. So we are going to absolutely be very wealthy from this program, obviously. And I'm thinking even about getting a down payment on a house based on future money that I don't have yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know about Kevin, but I think he put some money down on a Lamborghini and some new legs.
I gotta pay Russia first, but yeah, then I'll have some cash.
Well, that's going to come out of Alan's alimony for the program.
Damn.
Yeah. So, what's been going on in your lives, gentlemen? Louie, obviously, you have employment, major distraction for entertainment.
Yeah. I mean, I found another weekend job, and I'm pursuing a new career for my week job. So, I'm trying to, as soon as I get a raise from my week job, I'll quit my weekend job and I'll be able to pursue.
So what are
full time at night?
What are the hours at the flea market?
Actually, no. I'm actually at a all-male review. I'm a stripper at this club in Far Rockaway called Cuddles. It's for gentlemen that are plus-sized. I go by Polar Bear.
Oh, no. Please tell me you're joking. For real?
Yeah, the nipple cone or Dixie cups.
I'm dumbfounded. Is this for real? Did you just say plus-size males?
Plus-size males, like 250 pounds and over.
Is there like a height restriction? If you hit 4 foot, you can't, be in it anymore? Or?
Actually, no. There's this 400-pound midget we got there. His name is El Chalupa, and he does this thing with a pool cue.
I don't want to know.
Yeah,
that's a good Jewish name, at least. Yom Kippur. So, K-Tap, what's up? No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
El Chalupa, his name is.
Yeah, I thought that was a cuss word, Brazilian. El Chalupa.
Oh, okay.
K-Tap, tell me what's going on in your world besides the Cubs, Christ, the other C word. Capitals.
The caps. It is a C word, too. It's also a 4-letter C word. I have 8 computers that I'm working on that are driving me fucking batty, and I just, as you know,